Russ, if you ever hear this, Russ, if you played in the 90s, you'll be Michael Jordan.
It became personal with me.
Down. Down.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the BeBall Joint Podcast. My guy, Mr. Defensive Player of the Year himself, Nelson, the Nelson Haskins. What's up, bro?
What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah, man, it's playoff time, and I can't complain, man. It's like low-key another basketball holiday. Like, we got Christmas, but then we kind of take over, like, April, May, too, of, like, it being our holiday. So, feeling good, man. It's playoff time.
Hey, there's only 3 real basketball holidays: Christmas Day in the NBA, the entire month of March, and March Madness, and then playoff time in April and May. So
That's true.
That's like hoop holiday.
No, low-key, we got a fourth one, too. Around the trade deadline and stuff like that, free agency. We kind of got to combine them together.
In
like,
February.
We all be like, ooh, who getting traded? NBA Twitter be jumping. Like, the trades and stuff be wilding, man.
Can't wait to deal with Shams.
Free agency too. I gotta kind of it's weird to combine them together, but you gotta combine them together because it's like basically the same thing.
Yeah, but free agency don't really have a day. It's like trade deadline, that's a day. Because it's like trade deadline end at 8:00 p.m. too. So now you really looking at the phone like, dang, what's gonna happen to so like hoop holiday.
Yeah, we need to get that established with running by Congress. We need them 4 hoop holidays, man. Like get off work and everything.
Boy, that would be tough. Boy, get off work for March Madness. I just need the first day.
the first weekend. Now the first weekend, so that Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Man, because games be on all day. Gonna let me out the whole weekend. Telling you.
That's not what we're talking.
But you got to name at least 4 teams in March Madness before you can get it off. So everybody don't just be trying to steal our holiday.
Yeah, the whole company be shut down because everybody trying to take off that weekend. I'm like, man, what you doing, bro? You don't even know what a basketball is. You thought it was soccer. What you talking about?
Don't know what March Madness is.
Think people to walk around here being mad. Oh, man. But yeah, man. Did you watch what game was that? I think it was the Grizzlies T-Wolves game. And them boys had like 70 points combined in the first quarter, like 70-some points combined in the first quarter. It was like ridiculous.
Yeah, I ain't watch it, but I saw it. I watched the highlights and junk afterwards. I was out and about during the game, but yeah, it's a lot of points, not a whole lot of defense being played.
Yeah, and I feel like that's going to be a very ongoing thing that we're going to hear of like, oh, here you go. The NBA ain't playing defense no more. I thought it'd be the playoffs, so you see some more defense. Like, oh, da. I got a problem with that, man. Like, I'm getting to a point where so many people are saying the NBA doesn't play defense. And to an extent, I understand and I agree. But for the most part, I can't because, in my opinion, defense is just so different now. So before I get into my little spiel, man, what's your standpoint on the current state of defense in the NBA? Being a defensive player of the year.
I got what Shaq say? I got G1 classification.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, I have G14 classification to say these things.
But no, for real, I gotta say, defense is softer now than it was in the past because you can't hand check and jump like that. You can't like force people in certain directions like arm bars and things of that nature. Can't do all that. But I will say I don't think they don't play defense. Not everybody. Let me say that. Now, are there some teams that are bad at defense? Yes. Don't get me wrong. There's some teams in the league that are bad at defense. They're bad defenders. Like, or maybe they don't care. You like whatever. However you want to play it. But guys still play defense. It's just different. And also part of that is also the league is a lot more talented than it used to be. And that's not the league of the past, but the good. I heard a quote the other day. The good guys in the NBA, like they're the guys that were good back in the day, is what I mean. The good guys in the NBA back in the day are just as good as the good guys in the NBA today, but there are just more good guys now. There are more good players now than there were back then. Like, and they're spread out. Like in the league in the 80s, you had your all-stars, and they were the only good players. And then now you got all-stars and you got all-star snubs. Now it's like, oh man, so-and-so made the all-star game. Like, there are more good players overall in the league now. So it's hard. It's harder to guard guys. Guys are more skilled, faster, quicker, more athletic. And so you're not going to just, like, only good defensive teams lock up other teams. But guys going to score. That's just what it is. Guys going to score. And so that's kind of how I see it now. And, like, I can speak from experience, like, guarding, like, when I know I got a tough matchup. If I know I'm going to guard a big that's, like, known for his scoring ability, then maybe he averaged 16, 18 points a game as a big, which is a lot. Like, you got to come into it knowing, like, okay, this guy has the ability to score. So I accept that challenge. Like, okay, he won't get his average. He won't get where he normally gives his team. Or at least if he does, he's going to shoot a bad percentage. He's going to work for every bucket. But you got to realize guys going to score. Like, you can't go, let me say this. You cannot go into a game and say, you're going to have 0 points. Like, not a guy that they play through. You can say it, and, you know, I respect your confidence. But you can't come up to me and say you're going to give me, I'm going to have 0 at the end of the day. Because I'm going to get something. I don't care how good a defense you play. I'm going to get something. And I'm not a scorer. So you can't come up to a guy who scores and be like, you're not going to score no points. Or you're not going to give them nothing. Like, the Trae Youngs, the Steph Currys, the KDs, the Kyries. Like, we can speak on how good of defenders certain guys is. Drew Holiday, Marcus Smart, Pat Beverly. We can speak on how good a defender they are. But at the end of the day, you put them boys on the island with somebody like those guys I just named, chances are they getting scored on. It's not going to happen that way. That's just not how it is. That's why defense is a team thing now. There's got to be a team game plan to stop guys. One-on-one, you're not stopping nobody no more. If you do, you're not doing it consistently. Like, it's just being real. So that's why you see guys, like, forcing guys certain directions and then, like, having help there, leaving certain guys open. Like, y'all, that guy ain't you. He going to have to beat us tonight if y'all going to win. That's a team defensive scheme. And so that's the way defense is going now. Like, we going to play you as a team because we know how good you are. One-on-one, come on, man. Who one-on-one stopping KD? Come on, like, we put you on the island with KD. Who you picking? To, like, hey, we need to stop on KD. Pick anybody. All right, then. Like, it's just not happening, bro. Like, it's just one of them things. So that's all I say. And guys, like, that played back in the day or watched the games back in the day, they'd be like, man, they don't play no defense. Like, no, bro, they're trying. They're trying to play defense. I promise you they're trying. Y'all ain't guard no KDs. Y'all ain't guard no Kyries. Like, there's a reason Allen Iverson was still getting buckets back in the day. They want to know you could do with them. So the reason Mike got buckets back in the day. So the reason doggone Clyde Drexler got buckets back in the day. Like, there was nothing you could do with him. Like, there's certain guys, good defense just not, like, good defense is not good defense to them. So that's all I say about it, man. Like, and, like, I'm a guy that I take pride in my defense, obviously. And I just stopped plenty of guys that were, like, good players. I just stopped plenty of guys. But there's also been some days I done got scored on plenty of times. Like, and that's just kind of part of the territory because it's like some guys are good players. Like, had a guy in our league score 29 against us this year, a big, and I was in foul trouble most of the time because I fouled him. And, like, so I had to sit on the bench and watch him get off. When I came back in, you know, I kind of, you know, got back into it. But then I got another foul at a certain point. I had to sit for some more time. And in the story, he had 29. I had to sit in there. I was like, I mean, granted, I went out there for a good period of time, but that's on me. because I'm supposed to have been out there. That's my fault for fouling. And so now I got to sit on the fact that this man gave us 29, and he was my matchup. And so we won the game, but you feel me? That still hurt me in here. I'm like, dang, buddy, at 29 on my watch. Like, my team expect me to be better than that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of the things, man, you got to accept, like, guys going to score. They're good players. And they're good defenders, but to some people, good defense ain't good defense.
I think people forgot the whole saying of good defense, better offense.
Facts.
That statement is 10 times more true today than it probably ever was in the state of basketball. Because I think the state of defense right now in the NBA and just basketball overall, NBA changed the rule, like you said before, the hand checking and whatever. And also, we talked about this. I think we talked about this in the depth and mid-range on how like the rule changed how the players play the game, how the coaches coach, and all this, domino effect of how stuff is. I was watching some game this weekend, and there were multiple times where literally nobody was in the paint. Like, it was like almost all guards, and like pretty much nobody was really in the paint. Now think about if I'm ISO and I cross somebody up. Who's stopping me? Nobody, because nobody's in the paint. So it's not that I'm not playing defense. It's because you got shoot over here, shoot over here, shoot over here, ball handler, and a pick and roll situation. We leave the shooter in the corner. Like, some coaches might, we don't leave the shooters in the corner. You better do what you can do. You might stunt and go back out. Do leave the shooter, we're going to have to rotate. It's different schemes for different coaches, whatever. But the skill level that we're at now is 1 through 5 can shoot. 1 through 5 can handle the ball, or 1 through 4. It's a lot more skill and a lot more talent than we've ever seen. Like you said, it's much more better players or more great players now than it ever was before. And so between the rule changing of you can't hand check and you can't do this, you can't do that, versus more skill on the offense, it's not that you not playing defense. It's harder to play defense, number one, because the rule change. And then number two, I do play defense. It's better offense. I can be the most locked down defender ever. Gary Payne is still getting scored on a day. Dikembe Mutombo still getting dunked on a day. Hakeem Olajuwon, I love him, but you're getting dunked on too today. Like, it's just that's not changing. Like, I don't care what Dennis Rodman talking about. He is getting crossed up and dunked on by KD. Giannis giving him buckets. Like, that's not changing, bro. Like, I don't see how you guys were so great and understand the game so well to just sit here and say that they cannot score on me. Like, you were getting scored on by dudes in your day, and this dude is 10 times better than him on offense, but you saying you can stop him. Come on now. Like,
boy, my thing is how guys can say Mike and Tracy McGrady and them guys that played in around that era, they'll be like, and Tracy McGrady really said this. He said that he would average 40 in today's game because there's no hand check and things of that nature. And he played with that and was still getting buckets. And my thing is, this is just me. All right. Now, you remember me. This ain't got to be your opinion, but this is me. If Kobe played up until 2016, I don't know what we consider this era. I don't know what year we started saying, like, in this era of basketball we in now. I don't know what year that started. But Kobe retired in 2016. All right. So if Kobe went averaging 40, like, what are you saying? Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers we ever seen, ain't never averaged over 32, 33. Bradley Beal, with all the intangibles that Tracy McGrady got, Brad Beal probably got the same. Ain't never averaged more than 30. Like, so I just need to know, which is it? Are you just better than them by a mile? Or are they not trying? What you tell me what it is. Because if you can average 40 in today's game, please tell me why Kevin Durant not. Please tell me why Steph Curry not. Like, anybody. DeMar DeRozan Anybody.
I think DeMar might be the most perfect example because he has that game from the early 2000s and 90s. In today's time, he's not taking threes like that. He's not averaging that. I don't think he's averaging 40, bro. He's not averaging 40. Like, can he put up 40? Of course he can. Averaging 40? Come on, bro. Like, no, man.
Come on, bro. And like, I can see Mike saying that. Like, if Mike came out and said that, or people were saying that about Michael Jordan, because Mike at one point in time averaged 36. But my thing with Mike also is not to take nothing away from Mike, clearly. But my thing with Mike is, who was as athletic as Michael Jordan when he was playing? Mike dunked from the free throw line, and the world was amazed. Okay, he was like, it was considered like Dr. J did it in the 70s, and then Mike did it in the 80s, and it was like he the only man who could do that. Like, it was amazing. They calling him his Air Jordan. No offense to Mike, because Mike can jump, like, clearly. You feel me? He dunking everything. Like, we all seen Mike highlights. But when this man dunked from the line, and everybody believed this man was Jesus in shoes, in basketball shoes, tell me why Zach LaVine do it 3 times in the same dunk contest. And Zach LaVine a regular dude. Like he a great player. Don't get me wrong. Zach is great. So that means if I drop Zach in the 80s, Zach is Jesus in basketball shoes. Like, I don't think people be thinking about it like that. And it's not their fault for real, because Mike got the nostalgia side of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody got this nostalgia about Mike, the GOAT. Like, when he walked in, if you seen him with your own eyes, it's like he was levitating, this and this and this, you know? And that's great. I love that for y'all. I hate I didn't get to see Mike. You know what I'm saying? I hate I didn't get to see it. But I love that y'all had them experiences with Mike. But at the end of the day, let's be objective. Mike, Spencer Dinwiddie said it best.
Yeah, like, I was finna bring that up. Yeah.
Man, Spencer Dinwiddie said it best a year or two ago. Mike was 6'6" with a 40, and he was, y'all think he the GOAT. I'm 6'6" with a 40, and y'all think I'm unathletic.
Yep.
Like, come on, bro. But y'all gonna average 40 today. Y'all gonna average 40. They got all the intangibles y'all got. Like, and I'm not trying to, like, I hate feeling like I'm hating on them.
Yeah.
But you gotta be realistic, bro. Like, what can Tracy McGrady do that DeMar DeRozan can't do? That Zach LaVine can't do? Bradley Beal can't do? Kobe can't do? Like, what can, like, I'm trying to think of another guy. Shoot, Tracy McGrady played at the same time as Vince Carter. You think Vince Carter averaging 40? Like, Vince played up until 2020.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was old, clearly. Like, he wasn't the Vince Carter you feel me, of the early 2000s. But, like, come on, bro. They're not just not playing defense. I promise you they're trying to play defense. Guys are good, bro. Guys are good players. Like, oh my God, that just hurt my head. Like, oh yeah, I average 40, Tracy.
It's frustrating, man, at this point, because it feels like you said before, I feel like they're either not playing defense, which, okay, if they're not playing defense, then yeah, you go ahead and do your 40. But okay, I can average 40. Who are you on par with in today's game? Okay, let's look at Tatum, Jaylen Brown, KD, what's the boy name? Giannis. None of these guys. The closest one we had was James Harden. That's it.
James averaged 36 once. Ain't did it since. Ain't did it. They didn't do it before. He only did it one time. Averaged 36. Like,
I just don't I don't understand what guys get with this. Now, I will say, I think Mike could put up 40 in one season. I think that's the one guy who I could probably say one season, 40. I think so. I can say that. How confident am I in that? Not sure, because like I said, he averaged 36. In today's 3-point shooting game, it's possible. So I'm not gonna sit here and be one of them people that just completely knocking Mike. But everybody else is talking need to pipe down just a little bit. Just
Please. Matter of fact, give me a second. I'm finna look at the highest Tracy McGrady ever averaged.
But yeah, it's just not the clown T-Mac, because I love him. He was one of them dogs with Kobe. Like Kobe respecting him, he respected Kobe. That's going toe to toe. But you're not averaging 40, man. Like you was a bucket in your day. Like you was a bucket. You would have scored. You would be a bucket today. I love T-Mac. But you're not dropping 40, man. Like I don't get what people's mind state goes to where today's game is so soft. Today's game is so weak. No, bro. It's just different. Like the rule change made the game quote unquote softer. Like if I touch dude, I'm getting thrown out the game. So what you think I'm gonna do? I'm not definitely not finna hand check because it's outside of the rules. If I throw a ball like I used to do back in the day, I'm getting thrown out the game. So of course the game's gonna be softer because I can't sit here and physically beat up players like I used to do back in the day. So I go through the lane. You know, Shaq let us say touch them up. That's the go-to defense.
That's out the window.
You're not touching nobody up no more, man. Like, you try to come around with the pick wrong, I'm gonna touch you up a little bit. And you get thrown out the game in today's game. You get
So
two of those.
You get one of these.
You get one, maybe you get flagrant. Next time, you gone. Like, you're not staying in the game with that shit. I don't care who you are, bro. Like Joel Embiid try that right now. Oh, you can go home. Go take a shower. What are you doing, bro? Like,
what are you doing?
It's 2022, right? This ain't the 90s. Go home, Joe. Like, they're not playing that, bro. So this touch 'em up defense they talk about and how the Jordan rules and stuff, which really wasn't defense when you get into the weeds of it, like the hand checking, that's not defense in today's game. You're getting thrown out. So take the 90s and 2000s hat off and put on today's game of what defense is. You own an island, basically, because that's what it comes down to at some point. And you got to stop this man. GP, you wasn't stopping everybody in your day back. You weren't stopping Jordan one-on-one back in the day. You weren't. I love you, bro. You with the glove. You one of the defensive goats. But you weren't stopping Jordan. So what makes you think you're going to stop physically athletic Jordans? You got 10 of them right here. Skill-wise, you got 10 of them right here. You're not stopping these dudes, bro.
Plenty 6'6" dudes with 40s in the league today. This dude that ain't getting in.
Like you said, Spencer Dinwiddie, bro. Like he was riding the bench behind Kyrie for a minute. He was not getting playing time behind Kyrie with those Nets. I think he was hurt for most of that time, but he wasn't playing, bro. Like Spencer Dinwiddie is not the guy, but he's 6'6" with a 40. Zach LaVine is 6'6" with a 42. Like, what? He ain't averaging 40, bro. Skill level ain't on Jordan level, but he's not putting up them numbers, dog. And it's just, when you put everything together of today's time of defense, where it's more spaced out and you're not allowed to be physical. It's not that I'm soft. The rules permit me or don't permit me to be as physical as you guys were. Start that soft stuff out the window. Let's get that out the window. Guys are adjusting to what the game is. If I can't touch them up, I can't touch them up. If I can't touch them up, you best believe PJ Tucker gonna come through and get a couple bowls. Draymond Green, I'm protecting Steph, bro. Hey, I ain't want to, but you touch my guy. I'm with you, Shaq. We gonna touch him up. But you gotta have some basketball common sense when you're having discussions, because defense is just not soft. It's not non-existent. It's more spaced out, and it has to be less physical. The league wanted the skill to show. It's hard to let the skill to show when every player is getting held and guided to where to go, and he's driving the lane, he's gonna hit the ground. Like, nobody wants to see that, man. So I just feel like guys aren't fully thinking through all of it. I think they get too caught up in their ego and pride of like, I was great in my day. In today's game, I usually do this. No, bro. You would adjust to what the rules are. You adjust to what the times are. And you average 30, just like the rest of them. I'm sorry, bro. But that's it.
Hey, so, man, first off, I looked up T-Mac stats. His best season, he averaged 32. Once. Never averaged over 30 again. But, whatever. Off of that. But so the inverse of that. So earlier you said you feel like Mike could possibly average 40 today. There's one player I feel like if we dropped him in their time, the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, whatever time period in there you want to throw him in. There's one guy today, or at least in their prime, I feel like would average 40 back then. Do you know who I'm finna say? And no, it's not LeBron or KD or Steph Curry.
In today's game, you dropped him back then, he would put up 40.
Somebody in their prime, but they playing today. But if I dropped them in their prime, I think they'll average 40 back then. You might be shocked by what I'm going to say.
If they were in their prime, they could drop 40. I don't know.
Brian, Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook in the 90s would average 40. Not even just Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose. Like 2011 Derrick Rose in the 90s, speeding past them point guards, speeding past John Stockton. Man, B, speeding past BJ Armstrong, Duncan. They'll be like, what is this? They'll be like, who is this man? Boy, especially Russ. Especially Russ, because Russ stronger than Rose. You feel me? Like how they talking about touching him up. Like they touch on Rose, he gonna fall. Russ gonna dunk on somebody, punch some. Don't care who you is, blow by, take off one arm. Y'all finna have to take me out the air.
Yeah.
Like Russ in the 90s? Oh my Lord. Like, and I give Russ all types of flack, but trust me and believe, if Russ played in the 90s, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever era, this era really ain't for Russ. For real, we want to be honest. This era ain't there for him. Because we shoot too much. It's too like fancy. It's too, the game nowadays is so side to side. Russ is so like north and south. Like the game today, you got to have some wiggle to you. You got to be able to get around guys because you're going to have guys come over and help and jump. And like Russ can still blow by guys and all that. You know, that, you feel me? It ain't like it's obsolete, but like that's just not the game like it used to be. But back then, you ain't really need no wiggle for real. You just had to be able to blow by your man. You had to be a better man than your man. Because they put their hands on you anyway, so you couldn't do all that dancey dance with it no way.
Yeah.
You'll lose it. But Russ, they put their hands on Russ. Russ running through the hand.
Yeah.
Like bulldoze, take off, bro. Meet me at the rim. I'm trying to tell you, like, I feel like you take MVP, average a triple-double, Russell Westbrook last year in OKC. I think if you take that Russ, drop him in any era that ain't this one, like, he gonna be the one to close, like, they ain't gonna get you 40. And y'all can, I think that might be considered a hot take because I don't think nobody ever thought about it before. But Russ, like, that's where the league is now. Guys, like, they want you to go to the rim now. They want you to go to the rim, run in the hill, and rotate. That's what the defense is about now. Because we'd rather you get to the rim than you bust open, but like then you, like, you know, dance off your man and pull up for this three. Because too many guys can hit that now. Like, too many guys can create space and pull up for a three and it go in. So we'd rather you drive into the help and we play you that way, and then you force to kick it if you're one of the better players. You force to kick it off the help to somebody that's open. Now, you know, you still get good players still get off clearly, but that's really the plan. Like, make them drive. We're going to be here. Next man rotate out. And then we'll, you feel me, scramble. That was not the plan in the 80s. The plan was like stick deep. And then the big going to be in the paint because they big can't lead the paint. Rush blowing by them. And then guess what happened when he blow by him in the big, slide over and help. Dump out to they big. It's going to happen too fast. So, man, you let me know if I'm being crazy or not. Because they're just me. Like, all the stuff I give Russ. Like, hey, Russ, if you ever hear this, Russ, if you played in the 90s, you'll be Michael Jordan.
Even to get us killed.
Oh,
hey, you went to see a sniper next time. Hey, you said what?
It's gonna be a red bean.
Oh man, somebody from the 90s, one of them Bulls fan, them MJ loves. Hey, what you said? Westbrook?
Don't you ever compare Russ.
You said who? Who?
Did you just compare Russell Westbrook to the Michael Jordan?
D. Jeffrey.
That's it.
Oh
But you put
man.
your hands
Hey.
up out the gate. Man, what's up, dog? What you trying to do?
Oh, finna break my. Oh man.
What
Hey,
you trying to do?
Hey man, what's up, son? Yo, son. Yeah, man. Hey.
Yeah, I heard your podcast.
Hey, what the tall was? You said they don't play defense. You said Westbrook. Westbrook is who? Let me take my J's out, bro. I ain't trying to mess him up. You said, man.
Then you start getting what you said?
Oh, you got point the pants. Hey man, I want to talk to you, bro. Hold on, man. Come on, bro. What's up, man? Let me holler at you, man. Let's run sour real quick.
Like, well, you must have heard the podcast. Yeah, I heard your little podcast.
That's exactly how it's gonna be, bro. I heard your little podcast, bro. You said what? What you say about Westbrook?
Michael Jordan. Word. Follow me to the back real quick.
What car you driving? Let's go outside. I want to see your car real quick. Let's go outside real quick.
We can't never take the podcast to Chicago, dog.
Hey, we done, bro.
We cross Chicago off the list.
Hey, we never try to hit the road. Boo. Boo. Like that, we can't even record, bro. All we hear is boos in the mic.
Gonna be like, man, what was this all about? Click. Got the whole video.
Oh man, that's how you gonna see everyone. Chicago Times, Westbrook compared to Jordan, and the BeBall Jones podcast. Oh man, we canceled in Chicago, bro. That's a wrap.
It's all we're gonna be me on the news, Russell Westbrook, if you was in the 90s.
Chicago Tribune. You don't cut my face out, just straight you. All you gonna see
just
is
me. And they need to be BeBall Jones podcast no more.
Nelson Haskins Jones, like what? You done changed the whole name up, bro. That ain't even what we call no more, man. Oh,
boy,
man. That's funny.
Dang. But, man.
Before we get canceled, let me get my rebuttal. I don't know.
Oh, you don't want to get in on it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about your stance. Hey, yeah. Oh, you looking? Yeah, you looking? Yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't think. Oh man.
Boy, got a producer behind the camera.
I'm not with him. What you said? I can't. Dang. Yeah.
Well, you stupid.
Hold on. What you said? I can't say it. Well, what if Westbrook averages 50? Oh, all right, never mind. Like, no, I don't think you're right, bro. Jordan is the GOAT. He will kill LeBron. He'll kill Kobe. He'll kill everybody. He killed everybody in the 90s. You
got to double down.
Hold on, let me turn my Skip Bayless on.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan today will average 50, not 40, but 50 in his sleep. Like, come on, bro. But nah, seriously, that's an interesting take. I feel like he definitely would get him damaged. I feel like I don't see him getting stopped to the rim. I think the only struggle that he would deal with is, which only reason here's my conflict with that. Back in the day, you always had two bigs. So you see that paint, you're gonna see 2 7-footers or 16 and up around that paint. And the reason why that's a problem because you have Ralph Sampson and Akeem Olajuwon guarding the paint. You have David Robinson and Tim Duncan guarding the paint. You had Bill Laimbeer and Rick Mahorn and John Salley. So you had bigs on top of bigs back in the day. Okay. My counter to that would be, not my counter, but the issue I see with Russ is he has the AI mindset. You're going to have to literally carry me off the court and say, I can't play for me to not get to the rim. And I just feel like all you're going to see is just the whole game. my wrist gonna have to be broke for me to stop. I change hands. Like that's the way Westbrook is wired. So that's a very interesting talk. And I'll say this. If Westbrook wouldn't average 40, he would be the next guy to talk about averaging 40. Like he'd be like 36, 37, where it's like, oh, maybe he could. If he didn't, now, will he? That's a very good likely talk, because besides Jordan, Clyde Drexler is probably the only guy that's close to athleticism in mind. Like everybody else was just like, it was Jordan, Clyde, and a drop off. Like, but you throw Westbrook in that time, man, like with his fast twitches and his physical strong body, man, like I love Gary Payton, John Stockton, Mark Price, what's your boy name? What's it from the Knicks that Jordan banged on? Starks.
Starks.
You getting banged on again. I don't see nobody from 1 or 2 touching Westbrook. Now you're gonna look at the threes. Pippen, he blowing by you, bro. You're not fast enough. Robin, you're gonna have to foul the man out, because it's just, I don't see nobody staying in front of him. The only issue is him versus 7-footer. That's the only, now 1 through 4. I ain't worried about y'all. When he meets who meet me at the rim, it's my only issue. That's it.
Well, that's just crazy to be like, think about that. Russell Westbrook is your best player in the 90s. And you out here saying, hey, Pip, you got to guard Russ. So we putting our 3 on the point guard, because you're the only one strong enough to stop him from getting to the rim. And this before the days of like, oh, don't guard him, he can't shoot. Because like guys wasn't shooting like that, no way. Russ can probably shoot better than majority of the guards that ain't labeled shooters. So now you think about them guarding him for real.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't like today where guys be like sagging Russ, like, oh, we got to make Russ beat us from the 3-point line. Like, no, bro. They gonna be guarding him. And anytime Russ get a full head of steam and hit them with an in and out and blow by them, that's a wrap. Whoever at the rim, move. Because
honestly, I don't even think he has to hit a move, brother. Put him in the pick and roll, let him go downhill. Like, it's I don't see anybody stay in front of him, bro. Like the touch him up stuff, it's not gonna phase him. That touch him up stuff, he's too strong for that, bro. Like,
and you fouling out. You're fouling out. Your big is fouling out every time.
Yeah.
Unless y'all just got perfect help defense.
And you said prime Westbrook. The midi was money. Like,
there's no stop. Like, come on, bro. Drop Russell Westbrook in the 90s. Like I said, Russ, I give you all types of flack. But if you was in the 90s, you'll be that guy. You the guy for now, you feel me? Had your time, you were, MVP, all that, triple doubles, all that. Love it. Great job. But if you played in the 90s, my boy, you would be the guy. We'll be out here talking about who better, Steph Curry today or Russell Westbrook in 93? Who would you take right now, 2016 Steph Curry or 95 MVP Russell Westbrook? So I'm just saying, man.
Yeah. Only little person I could probably throw in that discussion would be DeRozan. Just because
DeRozan, because he plays that way.
That's his game too. And he's basically he's a little less athletic than Jordan. He didn't have the glide that Jordan had, but skill-wise, he's in the most skilled era ever. He's averaging below 30. Like maybe 27, 26 right now. I don't know the stats. I don't know the stats on top of my head, but
he was in the MVP category for a little while, but not no more.
Yeah, and he was roasting everybody, man, like without the 3-pointers. So I don't see too much changing, man. That just frustrates me, man, with guys saying, oh yeah, man, back in my day, we can hand check. You put me in this freelance and soft game today, I'll put up 40, 50 points. Shut up, man. I ain't trying to hear that. Jordan is probably the only person who I could even entertain hearing that from. Like, I hate the whole Reggie Miller, Ray Allen in today's game would do such and such. No, I love you guys, but you doing what Klay Thompson's doing. You're doing what if Steph Curry ain't doing it, y'all ain't doing it. That's how I feel. Like, and y'all, how are those guys going to say Steph Curry is the greatest shooter we've ever seen? Then come behind it. Like I've heard, I think Reggie might have said it before. I'm not 100% sure. So I don't want to throw him on the bus too. But if Reggie Miller has claimed him to be the king of shooting, you cannot say in today's game, our average such and such. You're not averaging more than greatest shooters doing right now. You're not. I love you. You a 6'7", you all lanky, you one of the goats. You up there, and a lot of people Mount Rushmore as a shooter. But if I crown you, Nelson, the best, whatever, and you're better than me at this thing, how can I say I'm gonna be better than you when I crowned you to go and you're not doing it? That just doesn't make sense to me. Like,
let me tell you something. Okay. Guys that do things that guys do now in the past, like guys that did things in the past that guys are doing currently, they have a very hard time admitting that the now is better than what they were.
mm-hmm.
So let me say, the best shooting, like the best shooting example of the early 2000s, late 90s, whatever, the best shooting exposition, I don't know the word I want to throw out. The best demonstration of shooting we saw probably up until them days was Reggie Miller when he had the whatever it was, 12 points. Oh, not Reggie Miller. Yeah, Reggie Miller when he had like 12 points in like 30 seconds or something like that, whatever it was. Same thing with T-Mac.
Yeah.
Like, those were two of the best scoring or like examples of shooting in those days. Okay. Klay Thompson once had 60 points and dribbled the ball 8 times. Dude, like, I'm gonna look at like, do people understand what I mean when I say that? This man shot the ball enough to score 60 and only made the ball hit the floor 8 times. Do you know Kyrie Irving will dribble the ball more than 12, 13, 14 times in one possession? Like, give him the ball ISO, bop, 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 bop. That's 5 dribbles. Like, and no offense to Kyrie in the way he scored, but I'm saying that is now the best example of shooting we've ever seen, in my opinion. 8 dribbles, 60 points, however many threes he hit. Steph Curry, 10 plus threes in the game multiple times, most 10 plus 3 games in a career, and ain't done. Like, guys not doing that. And you talking about guys like Reggie Miller and what's his name? Another guy in the shooting, Ray Allen, and guys like that, playing in an era where threes were not like highlighted. Threes were not like stressed on, like to guard. And they playing on teams that know they're great shooters. They trying to get them open. So let's not act like you weren't trying to get open because that just wasn't the game plan. They weren't sending you no plays for you to get downhill, Reggie. Like, you weren't getting downhill, getting to the basket. You know what I'm saying? They were sending you pin downs and junk like that so you can get open looks. And you got a quick shot, quick release. You can get it off. You good at it. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from you, but let's not act like you would be better than the guys doing that now. When they doing stuff that you ain't never touched, ain't never came close to doing. Like, and guys ain't like, I get guys knew you was a shooter. You think guys don't know Klay a shooter? You don't think they trying to guard that? Like, what?
That's the stuff. The only person I can respect out of everybody, like all the greats, I ain't trying to disrespect like role play and stuff. Somebody like Grant Hill was a great, but we just weren't able to witness his greatness. So I ain't trying to throw him in this discussion because he will be a good guy in this category for me too. But the only one that I have consistently like play in, play out, be like, I hold my own, but he'd be a problem too. The only person that I've heard consistently be like, today's game is greater than what we do. He busts everybody, but I think I told you about this. Is Isaiah Thomas. The only person who's been like, yo, they kick our butts, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm one of the greats too. I hold my own. Like, he ain't finna come out there and embarrass me, but it's gonna be a problem. Like I'm telling you, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. Jordan don't speak on it too much, so I ain't throwing him in there. But Magic, Bird don't speak on it, so I ain't throwing him in this discussion. Anybody else that's ever spoke out about the game has been like, today's game is soft. They don't play defense. I'd lock him up. Please show me. Who will you guard in your time? I don't see his highlights of them crossing you up, highlights of them splashing in your face, highlights of them dunking on you. That's all we're going to see, bro. You get a couple plays in there. That's cool. But he still put up 40. Like, what are we talking about here, man? So that just kind of throw me off, man. Like, I don't think they like you said, I think it's an ego, pride thing in the way. Like, they can't let go of what they were in their time and just let the new era be a new era. And I hope they don't play this back when we in our 40s and be like, man, today's game ain't the same. Back in my day, I don't want to be that dude. I'd rather be the Isaiah Thomas and just be like, yo, Steph Curry was that dude in our time. But Steph Curry Jr., killing his dad.
Killing his dad.
I put them one-on-one. You drop Steph Curry Jr. What's his name, son? Cannon? Oh, I think
yeah, Cannon. Cannon Curry.
You put Cannon. That's a cold name too. Let's just throw that. That's a cold name. Whatever you do in life, whatever you do in life, he's successful just off of that, bro. But you throw Cannon Curry in 2022, he kicking everybody butt. Like, he just getting everybody buckets. I want to be one of them people. Man, Ja Morant back, he was a beast, bro. But Lil Johnny from the block, he dunking on Ja, man. He doing Vince Carter's dunk contest dunks on Ja Morant in the middle of the game. Like, that's the level we're gonna see. And I'd rather be that guy on the side of history. I don't want to be one of them bitter old dudes who just can't let go of what they were. Like, and the defense hasn't changed too much, honestly, man, from back in the day, man. Like, the defense, the schemes and stuff, schemes changed a little bit just because the offense has changed. But the biggest thing you change is you switch on pick and rolls, and which is kind of trash sometimes. Like you said, bro, go back to Westbrook. You get him in a pick and roll, you try to get over that screen. I'm blowing by you. I don't care who you are.
Downhill.
I'm good. I'm blowing by you, bro. Like, that's hard to guard, man. Like, it's just different. It's a different time, man. So I think people have to take off the lens of what they used to basketball being and what they expected to be, and unlearn to relearn. I'm thinking about this in my personal life. Like, they have to unlearn the game that they knew to relearn what today's game is. And I think if they can sit down and look at what today's game is and appreciate that more, they'll be a lot more happy with the content and with the product we have on the floor, because it's guys who play like a Chris Paul, a Melo, Kobe, LeBron, D-Wade, guys who played in that last little stretch era of hand checking and physicals and two bigs and stuff with the 7-foot bigs in the game to now era. They don't say it's easier. They say it's less physical. It's different. Because now you're going to have to be a lot more in shape. You're going to have to be in the gym working. And you can't afford to be slacking off too much. Like, if you're going to slack off, you're going to have to work it off in the morning, brother, because you finna have to run along this game a lot. Like Steph Curry and Kyrie's level of physical stamina they have, with the amount of running and stuff they do in the game, like, it's ridiculous to me. Now, you put these guys who used to party and smoke and drink all the time in today's game, you locking up who? Doing what? No. Maybe if we put on 2K, yeah, you can do that, but not in a real life game, man. So
well, you about ain't doing that neither.
But yeah, I just think people have to unlearn what they've used to basketball being, because it's still basketball, it's still defense, it's just different. Like, right. You got bigs playing point guard, you got Joker playing point center, point guard, whatever you want to call them, and Giannis being 7 foot, KD being 7 foot, being totally different. Like, how can you embrace the new offense but not embrace the new defense? Because that's the cause and effect of it. So if you can't accept the offense, then you don't accept the. If you can't accept the defense, don't accept the offense either, because it's just cause and effect. Like,
right, I'm with it, bro. Oh boy, we talked to old heads some today. They probably hate us.
Oh man, especially in Chicago.
If anybody listening to this from Chicago, hey, I ain't really mean he'll be Michael Jordan. I just saying, you feel me? He'll be a good player. He'll be a great player. I don't want to be canceled.
Don't try to cover them now, bro. They on your head already.
The comments already on fire.
Oh
But,
man, this is
but
funny.
man, is there anything else you want to throw in there in our defensive talks?
What'd you say, producer? Wrap it up. Okay, the producer said we gotta wrap it up.
He said, get out of there.
Hey, you finna close down. You finna close the laptop down. Oh man.
Hey, bro. All right, bro. That does it for another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast. Hopefully, y'all still love us. Hopefully, we still on. But man, be sure to follow Brian on all social medias at BeBall Jones. That's BeBall Jones on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at Nelson Haskins, at Nelson.Haskins, sorry, and at NellyH34 on Twitter. And we appreciate y'all listening to another one, man. Please sure to drop in the comments. Let us know what you think about our thoughts on defense in today's game and defense in the past game. And hopefully, please, y'all don't go too crazy, man, about the Russell Westbrook stuff, like, bro. I really believe that, but I don't believe if you might be right. You know what I'm saying? Just a little. But anyway, man, thank y'all for listening to another one, man. We had fun with this one. Be sure to tune in next week for another new episode. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow the podcast on TikTok at BeBall Jones Podcast. We got a couple videos up there already. Go ahead and like that up for us, man. We really appreciate it. And yeah, man, that's it. That does it for another episode. And without further ado, man, we out.